Hello and welcome to an Andre Romance instructional meditation. I promised you all that I would give y'all a meditation walkthrough, and so today I'm going to be going through what it means to meditate and give you some basic instructions on getting started if you're not familiar with what meditation is or how to get there. So the first thing about meditation, as far as my understanding of meditation, is getting to know yourself, right? Sometimes we focus so much outside of ourselves that we're just building the flesh, right? We're building this physical realm, and we want the best life that we can get, based on what it means to be successful in the physical form. But also, what we lack in is building up the spirit, right? Building up the spiritual side of things. And this is our true self, right? When we get into different realms, things are less seen, like physically, but you can still feel the presence of, you can still experience what it means to be a spiritual being. And we experience this when our body goes to rest and we go to sleep at night, or whenever you go to sleep. When your body is resting, you get to experience what it means to have a spirit or a soul. And so this presence that never sleeps is the spirit. It never sleeps. It doesn't have to sleep. It doesn't need rest. It's infinite, right? So this infinite side of us, it leaks over into, or it manifests over into the physical. And so in order to have a strong spirit, sometimes we have to become less of the flesh. And so all while we're maintaining this physical, we are taken away from the ability to work on the spiritual, right? And that's why it's very important to get involved with a healthy diet, because when you sleep, when the body is not able to rest, the soul and the spirit is still attached to the body and conducting the things that needs to happen for the body to reach its state of sleep or rest. But when you have the appropriate diet, the body doesn't have a lot to break down and process. So it can sleep and it can go into standby naturally, and you can get the best sleep that you have ever gotten. So when we start talking about meditating, we start talking about tapping into our real self, our higher self, and just being in tune with the spiritual realm, the spiritual energies around us and that are us, within us. And so this helps us to manifest oneness with our bodies, being able to take care of ourselves the way we should, being able to conduct ourselves in the world the way we should, our personalities, our responses to situations, our awareness, our thinking, our sharpness, being able to hold on to your memories. All of these things happen because you take time to build up the spirit, right? You take time to build up yourself in the spirit realm, and you are able to manifest that thing into a physical form. So what we do to start our meditation off is by focusing on our breathing. Now, the reason why we focus on the breathing is because the breathing is considered to be the soul, right? It's like it is the connection with the soul, right? To be with us, a breath means to be with spirit. So your breath is how you pay attention to the spirit, right? It's just one of the forms in how we pay attention to the spirit, and how we acknowledge the spirit is by acknowledging the breath, acknowledging this air that we can't see but we can feel, filling our cavities, our lungs, and exhaling. and leaving the cavities, right? So we are going to start off by just breathing slowly. Now, when you get into the dream states, which is the theta and the data, and delta, I mean, the data. Yeah, it is data, but delta and theta forms in phase of sleep. You are able to lucid dream and astral project and do all these things that the spirit does and should be able to do naturally. It's nothing to be afraid of. You know, it has nothing to do with negative spirits, negative entities, or anything like that. This is something that we naturally are and naturally do when our bodies are at their most healthy state. So think of it this way: when you are less in the physical, when you can relax and it needs to be repaired as much, the body relaxes. And when it relaxes, it doesn't need a command, right? It goes into standby. It is maintaining itself. The heartbeat is doing its thing. The lungs is doing their thing. The mind is doing its thing. It's at oneness, right? You have this continuous flow between everything that your body is. I'm talking about the physical. Everything that your body is naturally doing its thing. You're able to fully rest now. So you're in a restful state. Now, in this restful state, where the body doesn't have to break any garbage down or, waste any energy to try to maintain itself or correct things that we've done throughout the day, the spirit can get the attention, right? The spirit can get the attention, and when the spirit has the attention, it can go to different dimensions. It can go off into different life forms, right? And this is everybody experienced this. It's just never taught this way. We think it's a dream state. We think it's not a real thing, but it's very real. Energy is real. And so everything you see, everything you feel is real. It's just in a different form that you're experiencing everything that you're experiencing. So going back to the breath. When you're focusing on the breath, you're focusing more on self, right? Because the spirit is breath, right? And so controlling this breathing will cause the heart rate to drop. Now, when you get below 70, I think it's 72 or 76 beats per minute in your heart rate, you're able to tap into these delta and theta states, right? Which causes the ultimate levels of sleep, the best rest that you can get in the physical form. When you reach your delta and theta, you're also able to start remembering the dreams that you have. And these dreams carry messages, carry language, carry information, carry ideas, carry intuition, wisdom. These dreams carry all of these things for you. It's pretty much a roadmap to the things that you want to pay attention to in your life, or things that you need to apply. Your higher self will give you these things to do in the physical. It's not about the physical guiding the life. It's about the spirit guiding the life, and you manifesting through the physical what the spirit is telling you to manifest, or what the spirit has for you to do in this realm. So deep breaths, deep slow breaths, and causing the heart rate to drop below that, we'll say 75, 76 beats per minute, just to be on the safe, will cause you to go into a state of relaxation while you're physically awake. Now, when this happens, you're able to correct things, correct thinking patterns that you have issues with, correct things about your body that you want to heal. You can go in physically using your delta and theta states and correct these things in life. So we'll start off by breathing, right? And we'll do maybe say 5 minutes of this, and we'll just count out some breaths, and we'll talk about it a little more afterwards. So breathing in slow, your mind is going to drift away from the breath, and you want to continue to keep bringing your thoughts back to the breath. And the reason why we want to keep bringing our thoughts back to the breath is because this is about focusing on the spirit. This is all about focusing on the spirit and getting to know yourself. It's like having a conversation. The more you pay attention to something, the more you're dialoguing with it. And the more you're dialoguing with it, the more information it gives. The more information you send, the more information that comes back. Every time you send energy out, it will always come back. And so we remember this with the breath. Every time you breathe out, breath will come back. And we want this to be a back and forth thing between you and the spirit. You and your spirit, which is you. Okay? So we'll start with a slow, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold it. 1, 2. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. 1, 2. Release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to continue to do this count and just slow the heart rate. Slow everything that you're thinking about. Don't try to clear your mind. Just slow what you're thinking about. Slow everything that's going on around you and just allow any negativity to flow away from you. Allow it to fall away from you. Any stresses, any doubts, any fears that you have, just let it fall away from you. You cannot utilize it right now in your spirit state. So release it. So as you breathe, focus on that breath. Focus on the lungs being filled with air. Breathe all the way down to the bottom of your lungs. If you can imagine the air as it fills your lungs, reaching the bottom of your lungs, and then releasing and seeing all the negative energy that you had bottled up inside, release it into the earth. Release it into the atmosphere. Take in some more fresh air. Really fresh. Positive energy going in. And release. Release all of that negative energy. And again, in. Release. Focus in on that breath. Visualize a color with it. What color is it? What color is this breath that you're breathing? And keep it flowing. And release. All the stresses of the physical cannot carry over with you to the spiritual. Only the positive. So the more positive you have, manifest it in the physical, the higher you vibrate in the spiritual. The higher you vibrate in the spiritual, the more abundance you manifest in the physical. You are correcting all of the bad things that you have ever learned to do to yourself by talking with yourself through breath. Think of the things that your physical form needs, whether it be health, mental, allow the spirit to hear these things that you have, that you need. We're not talking about cars and materialistic things. We're talking about things for the body. Do you need hair? Do you need better vision? Keep breathing. Do you need stronger limbs? Do you need stronger lungs? As you breathe, allow the spirit to hear all of these things that you need for your physical. As the spirit receives these things, allow the spirit to release all the negative energy of these things through the exhale. Every time you exhale, you're releasing all of the bondage. Every time you breathe in on the inhale, you're allowing the spirit to command the body to manifest these things into the physical. Don't worry about if this is working or not. You just focus on the breath. Focus on that connection with the spirit. Release it. Release the hatred. Release the fears. Release the need to protect yourself. You're protected. Your area is safe. You are divine. And get a couple more breaths in. Breathe deep. And one more. All right, we just completed this instruction. So what we did was we just went to the bank and we talked to the teller about what our balance is and about what we want to take out. And we was able to take out what we went in there to get. So allow yourself to experience the things, experience the healing that you want to heal or that you want to feel. And allow yourself, give yourself permission to to heal, to acquire these things that you ask for. The Spirit is there to guide you in getting these things done. The Spirit will let you know what should be your diet, what should be your sleeping patterns, what should be your thinking patterns, what should be your healthy habits. All of those things in this meditation are going to be acquired by you at this time. I hope that you all got something from this. I hope that I encourage you to continue to do these meditations and scan the body. Look for things that you need to correct so that you can have a healthier life, a better life, a more abundant life. I love you all. I want to see you doing great things. Y'all keep me up. I'm going to keep you all up as well. And we're out this thing.